Hello, this is Horror Chatter, and today I want to do an album review. The album review is going to be Joe Budden-Mood Muzik 4, okay? And I want y'all to look it up. If you haven't heard it, you should hear it. You know, there are people coming out against Joe, and look, I get it, to each his own, right? And calling Joe a bad musical artist is really mundane to me. Because you see, around, I want to say January the 20th, 2009, right before he started going deep into podcasting, he came out with probably one of the best albums I've ever heard from him. In fact, on this album, the clips is on this album. There's so many that I could talk about. Just to give you an example of the greatness of this album, Remember the Titans is number 11th. Great song. No Idea is a great song. Black Cloud makes me cry. It's such a good song. Stuck in the Moment, it's personal for me because it helped me during the time that I was an alcoholic in life. And this album, for some reason, just resonated with me, stuck with me. I listened to it when I was sad. I listened to it when I was happy. It has something for every feeling, okay? And the way I interpret the album is, in a way, he's saying, you know what, there's something coming. And I know my life is going to get rough, but I'm willing to make it through to get to the good side. And it was just a thought-provoking, emotionally, it's intelligent album. So if you ever hear somebody come up to you and say, Joe Budden is not a good artist, just please refer to them. This album, Mood Muzik 4, as an example of the great artist that Joe really, really is. I think if you keep, poking the bear, in some cases, that it would hopefully motivate him to come out and do music. Because honestly, Joe Budden is probably one of, seriously, the greatest lyricist of all time, in my true opinion. He was with the group Slaughterhouse, and that is a great group by any chance, but alone, he is just a very intelligent, thought-provoking artist, okay? So when you're talking about the idea of, him being a bad artist, he's not bad. There's so many haters, probably hating to the fact that he could release such a bomb album and then come and create a bomb podcast with a great group of people, and the haterism is there. But this album, in my opinion, Joe Budden, Mood Muzik 4, is always going to be the perfect example of how great an artist he really is. So until the next time, and by the way, I give this album a 10 out of 10. To be honest with you, I might get it on vinyl. That's how much I really love this album. So until the next time, this is Horror Chatter, and I thank you so much for listening.